Alexander with Magellan College Counseling, and I'm here today with my colleague Melanie Tasoff, who joined Magellan about a year ago. And this is my effort to help you get to know all of our counselors, because the college admission process is really about presenting your teenager as a human to other humans in admission offices. So I felt like it would be nice for you to know the humans that we all are as we help your children through this process. So Melanie is here today. Thank you so much for joining me, Melanie. And why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey to college counseling?
Thank you, Evelyn. Very happy to be here today and happy to be with the Magellan team. I got to college counseling through a kind of a roundabout way. Previously, I had been working in nonprofits with special needs and with students with learning issues and dietary issues. And I had also been working with a startup company that was a hybrid program for students in high school, in which they belonged to the high school and to the program, so they would able to learn both ways, online and with small groups. I decided the journey to college counseling was kind of a long way around this. I grew up with, or I should say my children grew up and taught me quite a bit, as our children often do. And with special circumstances and different ways of learning and the learning disability, or I call learning differences community. And I have had several instances in that with my own kids, and eventually decided that if I was going to go into college counseling, I wanted to serve students that may learn differently, that may present differently, that have so many hidden talents and gifts to give the world, because these are the kids that can really make a difference in the world. And that led me to college counseling.
That's beautiful. And I think that it's a population that has had so many obstacles put in their way. And it sounds like you see your job as helping them see around the obstacles or move the obstacles out of the way. Can you tell us a little bit about your approach to working with a student like this?
Well, working with all students in general, you want the right fit for college. Parents and other students often will ask many college counselors, so what's the best school? Well, the best school for which person? And I see my job as helping each student discover the best fit for them. Whether they may have a special program that can help the students. Maybe the student has food allergies or dietary restrictions, so we want to make sure that the campus can service that and that they're not a nervous wreck every time they go to eat. And if there isn't a special program, making sure that the community is warm and accepting to all, and the professors know how to work with students of all abilities.
That's great. How do you know that? How do you know all of these little tiny details about where the good schools are, the good, good for, specific students? How do you know all this?
The good fit. Well, first of all, I have to get to know each student very well. And, we trust each other. And then I talk to the schools. I don't just look at their websites. I make appointments to talk to, whether it be a certain department, whether it be the Disability Resource Center, whether it be a nutritionist, all different departments, to see if I could see the student being successful with the support needed at the school.
Is that something, those phone calls that those meetings that you talk about, is that something a parent can do? Is that something a student can do?
I encourage all students and parents, but really the students, we try and get to a point where they can advocate for themselves, and I can help them get the tools for them to know where to reach out to, what kind of emails or appointments, and virtually now, that they can make to see a school, to talk about a special interest or a special need they may have, because not everyone's challenges are evident. Some are physical, some are emotional, some are, as we said, food allergy type. There's all different kinds of challenges, and everyone has them.
Yep. Everyone has them, but like you said, some are hidden better than others.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So what advice would you give a parent who has maybe a 2E kid and a twice exceptional, extra bright kid with learning challenges? This is definitely a population that you have spent some time working with.
Oh, absolutely. Because a lot of the students, as I said, they have incredible talents and gifts, and they can be, student can be quite exceptional in their academics, in their gift of music or art. And what they need to do is embrace it, embrace their talents. Okay. Don't just look at the schools that everybody talks about, because that may really not be the right fit. Again, we can look into different departments, including where are they located? Is it a small town? Is it a huge city? How's the transportation? There's no reason, if the family and the student can be successful, to go out of state. But out of state may mean, oh, we want an airport,
Yep.
And we don't want a journey to and from the college to take all day. These are just little things that I look at when trying to make the right fit and helping students realize.
Yeah, and this is all part of getting to know the student, right? What are your must-haves? What are your, would be nice?
Exactly, exactly. Because when you do that, the student also realizes what's really important and what's okay, as you say, would be nice. And then there's also, oh no, I cannot have this, and they wouldn't be comfortable. So this is all part of getting to know the student.
Yeah. I like when you talk about self-advocacy too. That's a really important part of the journey. And I was just meeting with Kathy, another of our counselors, and she was talking about ownership. Like, the student really needs to own this process. That self-advocacy is sometimes something that students with learning challenges, someone has always been there being their advocate. So now is the time for them to step up for themselves, which is hard.
Right. And that's a process too, because when you're in high school, middle school, elementary, it's parent driven and school driven. The parents really drive the process. Usually the student isn't involved. If they're very young in high school, sometimes they are, and unfortunately, sometimes they're not. But it's important it is about the student. And as Kathy said, taking ownership. You are the one, student, going to college, having this experience. Your parent is not. And there are definite rules that are different from high school to college, and privacy rules. So that's another aspect that we cover when meeting with families and with the students themselves. So both the family and the student are aware of how it progresses in college.
There's a lot of balancing going on here, because of course you never want the parent to feel excluded. The parents, you've been a parent of, children, like you said, with special needs and challenges. And you've advocated for them your whole life, so you can't just feel like the door is closed. But the flip side is, there are definitely colleges who express a very strong preference for dealing with the student. So you have to prepare the student to be their own, speaker.
Right. And with that, I also help the parent understand that as far as I go, we're a team, okay, in all of this with the parent, with the student, with the school, if they choose to do so. When they're at college, this parent can be still part of the support system, but there's different ways to do it. And I help explain that.
Right. So if you had to summarize, is the process of searching for and applying to college different for kids who have special challenges, or would you call it different, or how would you characterize it?
Well, part of it, part of it is different and part of it isn't. The part that isn't different is you want the right fit.
Yep.
That goes for any student.
Yep.
The part that is different may involve looking at a specific way a university operates and what they are about when the student gets there.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah.
Super. All right. Well, is there anything else you'd want to add? Advice for, again, parents who are maybe 9th, 10th grade, just getting started with, you know, the next step of the journey?
A couple of things I'd like to add. In 9th grade, you may say, oh, college, it's a long way off.
Yep.
Okay, yes, there is a big difference between someone starting 9th grade and someone finishing 12th grade, but it's not as far off as you think.
Yep.
So start making your own ideas. Just make sure that you're taking the right courses, that if your student has specialized needs, whether it's executive functioning, organization, study skills, don't wait to get help on that or to work with your student yourself on it. That's really important because all of this prepares them for college. Number 2, they are able to achieve many, many things. Okay, don't let a school or any one person tell them, oh, that's not an option for your student. Oh, believe me, that's a personal thing because I've gone through it. Yes. So be strong. Talk as a family. Talk to your child. What do they want? How can we best achieve that? And the other thing is there are many paths to get to those achievements. And we may have to take a little different path for a while, but it doesn't mean it's unattainable. So,
and it doesn't mean that's wrong. There's no path that's right.
That's right.
So anytime someone throws a roadblock up, don't listen to them. Tell them how you can do it, even if that way is different.
Absolutely.
Which is great. It sounds like you are, and that sometimes I see myself as part cheerleader, part guide, part sage. But you play a very important role in this process. So thank you for being a part of our team, and thank you for coming to speak with me today. I think this helps people understand really your passion for working with this very special population and getting them to the place where they really should be. So thank you very much.
And thank you, Evelyn. I am thrilled to be a part of the team. It is a team that has vast knowledge in many different areas, and we work as a team, which is really, really nice. And I wish all the parents and students the best of luck, and if we can be of any help, don't hesitate to reach out.
Yep, I second what she said. Thank you.
Thanks, Evelyn.